What's up, guys? We are here to talk about one of the biggest dramas in the NFL right now. And I think everybody knows what it is. Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk is one of the biggest dramas right now. Because if you look at the 49ers history with wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk is one of the best wide receivers in that 49ers offense. Because Debo took a big step back. Debo did. People don't want to admit it, but Debo did not live up to the hype as he was last year. And I think that was the big thing with him getting hurt halfway through the season, where I want to pull up. I have some stats for y'all. Where Brandon Ayuk, he had 75 receptions. That's 3 less than last year, and he had 300 more yards. He had 1,300. His average is almost 18. He had 7 touchdowns. And that's less workload, and he did better. But that was also with Christian McCaffrey now. That is one. I feel like that was one of the most smartest moves that they could have done, is get Christian McCaffrey out of that Panther situation. So I think if they did it, I think that would have been the biggest problem with this offense. Because if you think about it now, they have Christian McCaffrey, Debo, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and then their third wide receiver is okay. I forget his name. And then you have a good old line. You had Trent Williams. You have a good old line and you don't have anything to show for it, really. Christian McCaffrey, let's admit, he should have won MVP last year. But with Brandon Ayuk's situation I don't think that he's going. If Brandon Ayuk, he requested a trade, and people are saying, will he get traded? Because you can say, hey, I get traded. You can say, hey, I want to request a trade. They don't got to fulfill that. They can say, you know what, I don't think you need to be traded because we're going to work on this. And this dude named Andrew Bandit summed it up quickly, really quick. He said, it says, Brandon Ayuk, I want to be traded. 49ers, that's cute. See you at camp. And I think that is what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen with this team. Brandon Ayuk, the 49ers, after they got paid Brock Purdy, and I think that's next year that they got paid Brock. Then they got paid Christian McCaffrey, or I think they already did. I think they already paid him. And then you got to pay George, you got to pay Debo, you got to pay 4 main guys, and then you have Fred Warner, you have Nick Bosa. They did get lucky. I think Chase Young last year was just really overrated for what people were saying that he was supposed to be. I never thought Chase Young was a really good player for the 49ers. I think he was really a big decoy for Nick Bosa, and it was understandable. He's a big name. People know what he is. So what they were trying to do is why Armstead, I don't know why they also got rid of him, was Armstead, if his main goal was to get a double team. So either or Nick Bosa or Chase Young gets a double team. And whatever ones is Amato, that's whoever they went. That's why with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, Nick Bosa had a lot of pressures and not a lot of sacks though for it because it was Patrick Mahomes. But to get back on the Brandon Ayuk, he's not going to get paid. Do I think he's going to get traded in week 1? No. I do not think he's going to get traded at all. I think he might get the contract, but I think if he does wait it out, I think it's going to be a Le'Veon Bell situation all over again. Because if you remember with the Le'Veon Bell situation, he held out for a year on the Steelers. He got a new contract for the Jets, and he turned out terrible. he turned out terrible. And I feel like that's what's going to happen if Brandon Ayuk does not play this year. And I think he's stupid if he doesn't, because then it's two situations. He plays bad, he gets traded. But if he doesn't play, he's not going to get traded because there's so many assets that the 49ers will lose if he doesn't play. And the 49ers, what other teams are thinking with Brandon Ayuk is with the whole AB situation. If y'all remember all that drama, he wanted to get traded. He got traded to Raiders, and then the whole scene, CTE and all that happened. So do I think that Brandon Ayuk is going to get traded by week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4? No. I will be surprised if he gets traded. There's going to be two things. He holds out, or B, he's going to get a contract, but it's going to be well under what he deserves, kind of, because they can't give him that much money. They would rather pay Nick Bosa, Brock Purdy, and Christian McCaffrey, their three guys, their three main pieces, and Fred Warner and George Kittle, rather than paying Debo and Brandon. Because I think in that offense, you can really have whoever you want. And I just don't think Brandon Ayuk is in that offense yet.